Here's some help for question number 15 in section 2.1. What we want to look at is we want to be able to read the domain, the range, the x-intercepts, and the y-intercepts from a graph of the function. So we're going to start off with the domain. The domain is all the x values where the function is defined. So what we're going to do here is read from the left to the right along the x-axis. So if I look at this right here, this is where I see that the function is defined. For example, f of 0 is going to be this point right here. Okay, and going along, let's see, right here it looks like there's a point, 2, 3. So this sky is defined almost all the way to when x is 3. Now if I asked you what f of negative 2 was, you'd say, it's not defined, right? There's no point when you go over here to x is negative 2 where you see the function. So the domain is just going to be the x values that have some y value. So it's going to start at x equals 0 and it's going to go to 3. Now we have an open circle on 3 because there's not really a value when you plug in 3. So it's this region right here. And we convert that to interval notation like this. The closed bracket goes on a number that's included. The open bracket goes on a number that is not included. Next, we'll take a look at the range. The range is all the y values that the function takes. Here we're going to read from the bottom of the y-axis to the top. So just like before we said, oh, there's the point 0, negative 1. And let's see, we said that there's a point here 2, 3, and on up. You can see there's a value when y is 7, almost all the way up to 8. Okay, so the range of y values is just going to be all of these right here on the y-intercept. We read from the bottom of the y-axis to the top. So if you take a look here, it looks like my smallest y value is negative 1. So that's the smallest. And the biggest y value is going to be at 8. So it's going to be over here at 8. So we'll put a closed circle there because it really does take the value negative 1. And at 8, it's going to be an open circle because it doesn't really take the value 8. So the range for this function is going to be from negative 1 to 8. Again, we use a closed bracket when the point is included and an open bracket when the point is not included. Now to go back here and look first of all at the x-intercepts, what we're looking for here is where does the function cross the x-axis? So it's going to lie on the x-axis. There may be more than one. When we look here, we see that there's a point right there where it's crossing the x-axis. And that point is the point 1, 0. So that is going to be the x-intercept. Okay, so the x-intercept in this case is going to be the point 1 or 1, 0. Could give it either way. The y-intercept is where this function crosses the y-axis. So here's the y-axis right here. This is the y-axis. Whoops. Right here. That's my y-axis. And if you look, you can see that there's a point right there lying on the y-axis. That point is the point 0, negative 1. So the y-intercept is that point, and sometimes we say it's when y is negative 1. So that's how you find these from the graph.